Welcome back. President Joe Biden and Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's economies are going to need a lot of work if both want to have the leadership to last in both countries. Let's bring in someone who knows a lot about the Friends of the North, Michael Charbon. He's hosted the Charbon Report. Always love having him on Sundays here. Michael, these reports about the economy say that 47% of Canadians and 61% of Americans lived paycheck to paycheck last month. We know that the economies are tough right now. Above and below the 49th parallel, polls show that Trudeau and Biden losing against Conservatives, Republicans. Are we seeing this political shift here in the North as well? Are we going to see maybe some Conservatives getting in office in Canada in 2024?
Well, Pierre Poilievre, who's the new Conservative leader, is gaining great ground. Think that 56% of Canadians think that Justin Trudeau should step down. He's trying to get a third mandate. Only 26% of Canadians think that the Canadian economy in Canada is going the right way. And to borrow a Kamala Harris number, Trudeau's approval ratings are about 33%. 81% of Canadians want a change in government because of the economy. John, Canadian food prices are up almost 8%. Inflation at 3.3%. Mortgage interest rates are up 30%. So those people with variable mortgage rates are really feeling that effect. The Canadian deficit is $40 billion. The GDP is down. Jobs are stalling. We've got over 5% unemployment. And here's a real indicator that Canadian banks were told by the government that they need to prepare for bad loans. So they need to put some money aside because of all these high interest rates.
How are Canadians reacting to Prime Minister Trudeau, though? I mean, there's calls for his resignation. What's the feeling like up there in Canada with Trudeau?
Well, we can't have an election for another year. Trudeau's being very quiet. He's making missteps and trying to introduce stories and things that are to deflect against severe gas taxes that we've had, gun control issues that are coming up, and just basically the failing economy and not being able to deal with migrants and asylum seekers. So people are upset. And the Conservatives now are gaining great strength. Pierre Poilievre is gaining popularity and doing a good job rallying Canadians that we need a change.
I want to move on to this, too. This travel warning issued by Canada for LGBTQ Canadians urged to check the states, unspecified states, and local laws to ensure that their safety on the trips coming down to the United States. Where did this come from? And was there that much of an issue when LGBTQ were coming to the United States?
So I just want to say right off the top that overwhelmingly the majority of Canadians find this embarrassing, that this statement does not in any way reflect our view or concerns about our great neighbors and friends to the south. This is a political stunt. It is being used to deflect against the problems that the economy is having. Unfortunately, the federal government, they made a statement that certain laws and policies that are in the
I think we have a technical issue there with his Zoom, but we'll leave it there. Hopefully we can get Michael Charbon back for next. Oh, we do have him. Does he have time? There he is. Michael, you're back up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We've got you back on. Carry on. You were saying that this is this is an embarrassing warning, and you think it's political when it comes to this LGBTQ travel restrictions, or at least travel guidelines, I should say.
Yes, it's absolutely ridiculous. And they didn't make any specific reference to states. They said you have to check local laws, etc. And it's just embarrassing. I mean, this is one of the reasons why Pierre Poilievre, the Conservatives, brought up in their meeting this weekend with their party that they wanted to touch on these hot-button issues. The Conservatives want to protect women in safe places like bathrooms, eliminate life-altering operations for vulnerable children, and they want to basically talk about keeping biological males out of sports. Okay. So this statement by the Liberals putting this in is embarrassing to many of our Canadian friends who are looking to our friends and neighbors to the south and saying this is ridiculous. And this is just another distraction.
Absolutely. Michael Charbon, thank you so much for coming on. Appreciate it. Happy Sunday to you. That's going to do it here for Sunday Report. Thank you so much.